content, making micro content, making more connections with people. So their audience is ever growing, whether they're making a movie or not. Your audience is ever diminishing. Worse yet, say the next time you come out and you make a movie and it sucks. What happens then? You're like worse off than you were before, right? So you're like, okay, yeah, I got the movie. Hey guys, here's the movie. And then, they check it out and you're like, I don't know about this one. Like, I like this other one. I don't know about this one. So then what are you going to disappear for another 2 or 3 years? It's like even worse. It's tenfold. And also, with a brand, you have something to fall back on. So for instance, while you're out there making your next movie, and the first movie you did was a hit, and then you continued branding and continued. I'll explain how to build a brand. I'm just talking about the larger context right now. But you continue hustling and you continue fostering connections with an audience and building a community around what you're doing, and then you make another movie and it sucks, but you have a brand this time. Well, then you can just fall back on your brand, because now you have a direct connection with your audience, right? So the movie might suck, and you can just generate more content out of how bad the movie sucked and what you learned from it, and what you can share so that other people can learn from what you did so their movies don't suck, right? So then your brand can only expand in something that would have been like a career sinking like ship for someone else. For you, ends up being a life raft that just opens up even more opportunities for you. So that's why branding as a whole is so much more important as an artist, because it just avails you so many more opportunities. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about how to build a brand. When you're building a brand, or I should say this, if I went out onto the street right now, well, maybe not right now because it's dark, but a Sunday somewhere at 3 p.m., if I went out on the street and I gave everyone that I walked by $1 and told them my name, like every person I walked by, here's $1. Oh, my name's Darius, here's $1. My name's Darius. What are the odds that you think any of those people would remember my name after that? Probably a lot of them, right? I mean, how many times has someone walked up to you and given you $1 for nothing, and then just said, "Here, yeah, hey, my name's so and so," and then you're probably gonna remember that, right? Yeah. Well,
I'd be in complete shock.
Exactly. You'd be in shock. Well, it's weird, but the idea is, it doesn't happen often, and the fact that someone is giving you something for free, they've kind of established a connection with you right there, right? Now you're like, well, one, who are you? And two, why did you do this? This is cool, but you have my attention now because I've just given you something for free. When you're building a brand, it's the same concept. As an artist, we get stuck in marketing mode, but it's all about sell. Even no matter how great our intentions are behind our work, hey, this will change your life, this is great, whatever, but it's still sell. And right now, in this toxic volume of content that we have, that's what everybody's doing. Everybody's selling. Whether they realize it or not, they're selling. Sell. There aren't many people out there offering value without some kind of transactional component to it, right? So when you're talking about building a brand and using social media, you're giving. What I do on YouTube, I'm giving. What some people do on Instagram and Twitter, giving. I'm giving you value for nothing. It's actually not for nothing. There's a transaction happening, and I'll explain that, but essentially I'm giving you something for free. So in the case of, and there's different types of value too. There's educational value, there's entertainment value, there's relational value, there's inspirational value, right? There's different tiers of value, and some of the most successful brands, they leverage multiple tiers of value. For instance, well, you guys probably may not have heard of Peter McKinnon, but he's this YouTuber, just blew up. Got like 1.5 million subscribers in 9 months or something. But the guy is crazy charismatic, crazy tips, lots of knowledge and whatever, but he offers so much value, perceived value for free, that it's like the rise was just meteoric. And then on the other end of the scale, some people may be offering value as a brand, but they may only have access to one part right now. It's like, well, I barely know what I'm doing online, but I know how to do a basket weave or something, and here's a video on basket weave. So the mileage may vary depending on how quickly you scale or how quickly you grow, but it still revolves around the same thing: giving value. I give you something, and in return, what happens in return?
People want to work with you.
You know my name, right? Even though you haven't given me $1, you know my name. So, if you just keep doing that, rinse, wash, and repeat, well then when I actually do have something to sell, or when I do have something to share, how likely are you to entertain that thing? 10 times more likely now, right? You're like, hey, yeah, you know, Earl has, we'll use a different name. What's a good name? Marcel. Marcel, you know, Marcel has like, you know, I've been following Marcel on Twitter, and he's been giving me these like daily inspirational quotes. Or I've been following, you know, Chuck T on Instagram, and he's been doing these Instagram posts on how to like, you know, organize your paint sets or whatever, you know. And so every day I tune in and I get something out of that. I get value out of that, right? So then when Marcel or Chuck T or whatever is like, hey, you guys have been doing these painting, you know, these painting tips for this long time, inspirational quotes, whatever. Guess what? I just put together this book on how to get started painting, or my life story of how I got where I am, and I'm selling it on Amazon. Well, heck yeah, man, I've been following your stuff. Cool, yeah, already. How much is it? 17? I would have gave you 19, but cool. We'll take 17, right? So before the value was free, you were giving, and asking nothing. But the transaction was happening. The investment was still happening. You were building up your social capital, as they call it.
Creating your reputation.
Exactly.
Yes.
Creating your brand, building your brand, building that association, or at least people knowing your association. So then when you have something to sell, people are willing to listen. It just goes back to that giving somebody $1 on the street. Everybody, if I came and handed anyone $1, I don't think anyone would be like, act like I'm not there. You know, it's like, oh, okay, cool, here's $1. Like everybody responds to that. Everyone responds to getting something for free. So that's how to build a brand.